Hello and welcome back to Mac at the Movies. Today I'm going to go over the top 10 favorite films I watched in 2020. These aren't new films to the year. Basically, I started working from home in March and did my best to limit as many outings as I could, just trying to do my part. And so I watched a whole lot of movies. The day pretty much started with me getting up, sitting in front of a computer screen all day, and then I would spend the evening in front of a TV screen, watching a lot of movies. So I got a lot of movies under my belt, as well as a lot of pounds now, thanks to quarantine. So I watched a lot of movies, a whole lot of movies over the past several months. Um, so starting out, I got two dishonorable mentions. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have any. I at one point in time watched Sharknado. So if that didn't make the dishonorable movie list, these did. Um, First one, I've watched it several times before, and each time I watch it, I hope that there's something in it that I find uh, that will make me look at it different, but never happens. And that is 1999's The Mummy, directed by Steven Sommers. Uh, I've tried with this one, um, but I just can't get behind it. I love the original, the old black and white. I think it's Boris Karloff did that one. Love that film. Did not like this one. And since it's, renting it on VHS back in the, I think it was, I guess around 1999 or 2000s, I've never really been able to enjoy it. But, it was worth another shot. And then the 2001 Sharon Maguire film, Bridget Jones' Diary. I like Renee Zellweger. This film, I felt had no redeeming qualities, but I don't know, maybe it needs another watch in, 5 years or so. But if anyone out there like these two films, hit me up in the comments below. Tell me what you liked about them. And then, maybe down the road I'll watch them again and hopefully find something that, I really enjoy from those films. I don't want to ever finish a movie just thinking, I don't want to have movies lingering with me like that. So definitely hit me up if there's something about those movies that you liked, and let me know about them. Starting out number 10, we got the 2018 film directed by Michael Gracie, The Greatest Showman. Heard about this film. It was all over TV and commercials, but had a Lyft driver tell me about it, and he was like, "You gotta check it out. I love it." He started playing the soundtrack in the car. He had it queued and ready to go in the CD player, and he knew every word to every song, and it was fantastic. So definitely a great movie. Check it out. The next movie, talking about fantastic, in the number 9 slot, we got the 2009 Wes Anderson film, Fantastic Mr. Fox. This one I've had for a while. Got it on a Black Friday sale for a couple bucks, and I don't know why I put off watching it. It's such a great film. Not the hugest fan of claymation, so that's probably why I put it off, but definitely a great film. Check it out. He did another film, Isle of Dogs, also wonderful. So check both those out. Frankly, anything Wes Anderson has done, I have enjoyed. So these films, other than the fact that they were claymation, I don't know why I put them off. Next, in the number 8 slot, is the Pixar film from 2015, directed by Peter Docter. It's Inside Out. Just a fantastic film. It seems like every time Pixar releases something, it just gets better and better and better. And this is a prime example of that, and it's just a fantastic film. It, tugs on your heartstrings. 1 minute you're happy, next you're sad. 1 minute you're happy, next you're sad. It's a fantastic movie. And, it makes you kind of like look back at the the little things that, you know, as adults you don't do anymore, or, you know, just emotions that you feel, you don't feel them in the same way you did anymore. So it's kind of neat to look back at things like this and, you know, just experience it all over again. Just fantastic film. Another great one from Pixar. The next film in the number 7 slot is from Russia, 1985's Come and See, directed by Elem Klimov. Cinematography for this film for 1985, wow. I mean, it looks like it was filmed yesterday. It is fantastic, and it is a Criterion release, and they do wonders with their films. Wow. That's all I got to say. It's a film about war, World War II. You know, the people in Germany enlisting, I mean, in Russia enlisting to fight the Germans. And, you know, at the beginning of this movie, you see somebody eager and ready to go into war to defend their country and their family. And then by the end, they're just this battered soul. So definitely a great movie. Check it out. You will need a Disney flick. I watched Beauty and the Beast after this one because, frankly, it leaves you feeling very down. So definitely check it out. Great film. Next in the number 6 spot, we have 1958's The Blob. This was directed by Irvin Yeworth and Russell Dauter. Great film. I saw the remake in the theater. There was a little local art house theater that did a 12 Hours of Terror overnight event. And the last movie that they showed was The Blob, and it was fantastic. This is the original with Steve McQueen. Even better, in my opinion. Such a great flick. Criterion really did a number on bringing this one back to life, and it's just wonderful. Definitely check it out. Next, in the number, was it 6 slot? Number 5. So in the number 5 slot, we have the 1989 Spike Lee film, Do the Right Thing. I hadn't watched this one since middle school, so I barely remembered it, barely. And I have seen a few of Spike Lee's films this year, as 25th Hour, the Edward Norton, Black Klansman, and is it Bamboozled? I think is the title of the film. All great films. Spike Lee's an amazing director, an amazing writer. Just, this film really makes you just stop and think. Especially, you know, this came out in 1989, and we're still dealing with things that this movie centers around today. So that's 30 years later, and we're still dealing with a lot of this, you know, what this movie is telling us. I also like that Spike Lee, you know, he does some throwbacks to some movies that inspired him growing up. So you have the, you know, the love and the hate with Radio Raheem, and, you know, just the nod to Night of the Hunter. You know, he's talked a lot in interviews about the Andy Griffith movie, Facing the Crowd, as being a major inspiration for him, and just all around great filmmaker, great movie. Next, in the number 4 spot, we have The Green Book from 2018, directed by Peter Farrelly. I recommended Do the Right Thing to somebody I work with, and he recommended this. Great film about a traveling musician hires a man to drive him around. You know, they sort of play off each other's strengths and weaknesses, and show each other different things that they may not have noticed or seen just in their day-to-day lives, to make each one a better person. You know, it goes through, you know, that the whole segregated South, and the Green Book, where it told you where you could or couldn't go in the South if you were African American. And so it's interesting to see all that and how it plays out in this film. And then it just a very happy ending, a very, like, Christmassy happy ending, very warm-hearted film. In the number 3 slot, I picked the 1950 film Harvey, directed by Henry Koster. This is a film with James Stewart, and just, it's a film about a man, just a very pleasant man who has a best friend who's imaginary. It has an imaginary bunny friend, and his family's just trying to put him away. They think he's, a harm to himself and others, and so it's just a great and wonderful film. Harvey's even got his own credit at the end of the film. You got the each person, who they are and who they played in the film, and then you have Harvey comes up, and it's just a blank image with the backdrop of a door of this friend of his house, and it just says Harvey. So it's just a fantastic film. In the movie, the main character, Elwood P. Dowd, he says, in this world, you must be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. And I think that's so true. It seems to be like, the only way to make it in this world is to be smarter than the next person, or to be more pleasant than the next person. So, I can't say I'm the smartest person in the world, but I do like to try to be as pleasant as I can with people. Regardless of the situation. I don't always do my best, but I try. So, coming up in the number 2 spot, it's a tie. And I tied this because I think they go well together, and that, it would be a good weekend double feature type deal. And that is the 2019 film 1917, directed by Sam Mendes, and the 2018 film directed by Peter Jackson. It's a documentary, They Shall Not Grow Old. Both films about World War One, both fantastic. Just an amazing look and portrayal of just what World War One was like and all about. We get so much about World War Two and Vietnam that, it seems like other wars get sort of overshadowed. Not saying that a war should be, bigger or smaller than another. Frankly, I kind of wish we didn't have war, but, it's the world we live in. So, but this is a fantastic portrayal of it. And Peter Jackson, with that documentary, what he did with the original footage, bringing it back to life. I mean, really getting the speed of the film just right. Because back then it was all, hand cranked, and you didn't have that 24 frames a second. So he got it just right. So, if you saw somebody walking, it looked like they were walking true and not just, sped up or slowed down. They had professional lip readers come in and, get all the dialogue of the film, and had professional actors, older actors come in and read off the dialogue, just to make it more, just, to like recondition the footage and just bring it back to life. So it was an amazing film. Definitely check them both out. Definitely needs to be a weekend double. And I wanted to give a couple of honorable mentions. There were 2 films I also thought that were just really good. They didn't stick out to me as much as these did, but they were ever so amazing. And that is, first one being the 2004 M. Night Shyamalan film, The Village. I remember when this first came out, everyone talked nothing but garbage about it. And I watched it. I thought it was good, but I don't know. I didn't think much of it. And it had been years, and I gave it another viewing, and it's just fantastic. Just a wonderful film from beginning to end. And it kind of annoys me looking back to think that I took so much consideration to the garbage people were spewing about the film that I didn't truly appreciate it. So, great film, wonderful film. Go check it out. And the second film is from Wong Kar-wai, the 2001 film In the Mood for Love. Its original title in Chinese, I don't know if it's either Golden Age or Golden Years. I was told both are a proper translation of the characters used. Um, so just the movie all around is great. It's like a love story. You have these two people that meet in like a boarding house type deal, and their significant others are gone for business or what have you. And so you have one's husband and one's wife, they become friends, and you kind of see a spark that can never ignite. Wonderful film. The cinematography is great. Colors pop, they're brilliant. There's one scene where she's going, one of the main characters, she's walking down a staircase off an alley, and just all the colors is just so vibrant and it's beautiful. I feel like China has a really great grasp on production, and when they deal with a lot of like cinematography and the lighting and everything that they do, that that you can see that they plan everything out that they do, so it's just amazing. um Sadly, I don't know of a whole lot of films from China, and if anyone out there can give any suggestions, I definitely love to hear them. Just throw them in the comments below. um Same director also directed another film that was released on the Criterion collection, and that is Chungking Express. It is out of print on Criterion, so the only way you can get it is on eBay. Super expensive, and I don't want to pay as much as they're asking for. I mean, usually when I pick up Criterion, I wait for a 50% off sale and go that route, but I wasn't going to pay what they wanted for it. But Quentin Tarantino put out a release of this film, and I picked that up and watched it, and it was fantastic film. Um, Definitely check that one out as well. Chungking Express, great flick. In the special features of that one, Tarantino talks about his love for the film and what kind of stuck out about the film for him, and he's got a bit of like a collection of films like these that he's putting out in the world, that films that inspired him in one way or another. So I was glad that this film inspired him enough to put out a release of his own. So he put it out. I got to see it. It was awesome. And then the last film, 1977, from Japan, directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi, and that is the film House. A man turns into a pile of bananas. I repeat, a man in this film turns into a pile of bananas. This movie, it's a horror comedy. It is fantastic. Anytime I had seen a Criterion release or a Criterion Closet video where, actors, directors, people in the industry get to go in and pick stuff out for free, they always see that orange spine and they'll pull it and be like, House, you have to look. This is an awesome movie. Bill Hader, he happened to be wearing a shirt with the cover, and it's fantastic. We have a local art house theater that played this film a couple years ago, and I really wish I would have seen it. It was a midnight showing on 35 millimeter, and I kicked myself in the butt for not seeing it. Fantastic movie. Just, it's a cheesy, just horror comedy from Japan, and it is just everything you want in a horror comedy and more. It is fantastic, so definitely check that one out. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up. If you didn't, smash that thumbs down. Put a comment below. What were some of your favorite picks from 2020? Maybe you stayed at home and watched during quarantine. Definitely let me know the dishonorable mentions. If any one of you like those out there, let me know below what it is about those movies that you like, and maybe I'll give them another view. I mean, I don't want to discredit any movies, that's for sure, but hit that subscription, hit that bell, get those notifications, let you know whenever I post new videos. And I got a new Facebook page. So got a Mac at the Movies Facebook page. I'll put the link for that below, and you check that out. I'll be posting my videos on there, as well as just links to trailers, things like that, or just movies I'm watching whenever. So check those out, and always thank you for stopping by. Be good to one another, and have a great rest of your day.